Hello guys, today I'm going to show you one of the best gun for killing bosses and PVE in general. It's the SOCR, the last Valor, Shrapnel build. There's two builds you can do on this gun. One that does a lot of damage from a magazine, and one that can auto-reload and keep shooting. Let's get right into it. First of all, I said this gun is a shrapnel build. What's shrapnel? We can see here on the underlined word. Let's read what it does. Upon hitting an enemy with a bullet, deal 50% attack as weapon damage to a different random part. The additional damage can crit, strike weak spots, and will decay with distance. So shrapnel is a weapon damage type, can crit and strike weak spots. Now let's read what the gun does. Hitting 4 times triggers shrapnel. Critical hits count as 2 hits. That means the more we crit, the more shrapnel we proc, which means more damage. With that said, we're going to build crit and weapon damage. Since shrapnel can also crit, the plus 30% shrapnel crit damage is nice, since we are building crit. But we can ignore the third line, since shrapnel trigger is for explosive shrapnel and cage helmet build. And trust me, it's pretty bad and you should not spend 8k start ROM on cage helmet. You could use gas-tight helmet and explosive shrapnel, and get a slightly higher DPS, but it costs 8k start ROM. Or you could just use a free key gear called the Beret, which is almost as good as the 8k start ROM gas-tight helmet. Oh, and did I mention, free? You can get it from a T-Man's Quest in Securement Silo Sigma. Okay, so, how do we build the gun? As usual, when building crit and weapon damage we use 4x Lone Wolf, 1x Bastille, 1x Beret for the key gear. For the accessory, if you like OTS, go for accuracy. And if you like to ADS, go for more stability. Since accessories don't affect your damage, use what feels right for you. Extended rifle mag for more bullets, less reloading. For the gun mod, we have 2 choices. Shrapnel Souvenir and Shatter Them All or Obliterate before the name was changed. Both do similar DPS and has their pros and cons. Shrapnel Souvenir can keep shooting for a long time before needing to reload, but has a slightly lower DPS compared to Shatter Them All. On the other hand, Shatter Them All does a lot more damage, but needs to reload a lot more, resulting in lower DPS. I'm testing this with heavy style calibration, which is better for Shatter Them All. Shrapnel Souvenir does better with precision style, since you are refilling your bullets anyway, and don't need the 60% magazine capacity from heavy style. Now for the helmet mod, we have 2 choices, Momentum Up or Fateful Strike. If your target has a weak spot, or multiple weak spot, and you are shooting it, Momentum Up will be better since you're not losing weak spot damage. But if your target doesn't have any weak spot, Fateful Strike will be better since there is no weak spot anyways. For the mask mod you have 2 choices as well, Shrapnel Carnage or Targeted Strike. Shrapnel Carnage is good when your target has 1 or more weak spots. It is a must when using Shrapnel Souvenir gun mod. Targeted Strike is better when the enemy has no weak spot. Bear in mind that the difference isn't very significant. For the top mod you can use Crit Damage Enhancement, Munition Amplifier, or a Gold Defensive mod with good suffixes. For the pants mod, we want Deadshot for more crit damage. For the glove mod, we can use either Crit Boost or Crit Amplifier if you don't have good suffixes. And for the shoes, Covered Advance is always best in slot for DPS. For the secondary we have 2 choices, Wildfire if the enemy doesn't have a weak spot, and Recurve Crossbow if the enemy has a weak spot. The mod is Vulnerability Amplifier for plus 8% vulnerability. We use Long Axe Melee with Final Territory for Fortress Warfare. You can copy and paste my Cradle for Shrapnel SOCR. This is my stats if you're curious. This is my stats after shooting 1 magazine. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, don't forget to give it a like and consider subscribing. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Have a good one.